Hello, everybody. So let's see who is going to drop in tonight. So I'm going to send it to them and see what they're going to do. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, Debbie. Let me see. Debbie's here. Hi, Rose. I'm glad you dropped in. Hello, Ali. Thank you guys for coming. So, how are you this evening? It's a nice day, eh? I went down to the lake. I had a lot of fun. Hi, Jackie. I went down to the lake and it was really nice. And so it was great going down by the lake today. So I thought I would let you guys know I'm here and that you come. Hello, Belinda. How are you? Everybody. So tonight is a nice one. So anyway, it looks like my boots got more what do you call it, more compliments than what I'm trying to do. Or I go, hello, Donato. Hello, Sha, and Kit. So everybody, how are you? It's a wonderful evening. I'm taking the glasses off so I can see myself. Yeah, the boots Debbie's getting more compliments. If they only know how wild I am with my shoes, nobody does. But anyway, so I wanted you guys to just think about it a little bit. What we're going to talk about tonight. You know what the topic was, right? The topic said that to be number one, you have to be different. Hi, Yoko. So if you want to be number one, you have to be different. How can you be different? And if you haven't been number one in anything, you have to wonder why. Are you thinking now that you saw I said to be number one, you must be different. You have to be different to be number one. Because number one stands out. I have two areas in my life and they drive me crazy. When they talk, it's like, if you're number two, you might as well stay home, get under the bed, get under the mattress and stay there. Number two don't count. Two of them. One is my son and one is a friend, a dear friend. But what really gets me with them, hi Nina, I hope you got my message, is that they don't believe in number two. They think if you're number two, you weren't strong enough, you were determined enough, you were different enough, you didn't do it. You kind of let your own self down. When Michael was doing track and field and heaven knows what other sports because he was so competitive, he wouldn't bring home second place medal. He threw it in the trash. He didn't bring home a second place trophy. He threw it in the trash. And then when I said, why are you doing this for a soccer? He was 11. He said to me, have you heard them playing the anthem for the person who came second? I just took a deep breath and I said, why me, Lord, why me? And I'm still saying, why me, Lord, why me? He takes absolutely no prisoners. And I haven't come across a weak Aries there like that. My cousin's husband was equally the same. May his soul rest in peace. Many times we fought about this. And you guys know who know me, I argue till the death. So anyway, when you want to win, and I don't know how to, I don't understand losing. I understand continuing until you get what you're looking for. Continuing until you get to that spot. Because on the way though, you have to be different. You have to step out of the normal. You have to step out of the ordinary. You have to step out of what is expected of you. You have to shock. My director once told me at the bank, you are an enigma. I don't know what will come out of your mouth unless I have already found out before we go to the meeting, because you will just let me have it. We have to be different. Different wins, and different is what will make you stand out. You cannot follow the pack. If you follow the pack, you're not giving yourself a chance to win. You are not giving yourself a chance. Hi, it's Inspiration and Rai. How are you guys? And you're not giving yourself a chance to be number one. To be different, you have to be different. You are following everybody's lead and you expect to win. But you are following a line that is already formed. The line is information. How can you win? You have to, all these people ahead of you, so you're constantly leapfrogging like a hurdle, constant hurdle. And you know, just one little glitch and that thing goes flying. If you ever did track, you know that. So how can you win if you're going to conform? How can you win if you are not different? You have to do something. Winning is number one. Like Michael told me, there is no national anthem for the losers. Number two, and he tossed the medal in the trash. At 11, I couldn't figure it out, but I figured it out later when he said that he was 11 years old. So what I'm trying to say is that I want to do what I have to do. I have a thirst for it. My mission is to inspire people. My mission is to enlighten you. My mission is to educate you. And then the fourth part of my mission is to encourage you to get where you want to go. That is what I want. I cannot do that following everybody else's track. I have to go on the other side. I have to stand out. I have to think on my feet. I have to decide I need to study my subjects before I come here. I get up every morning with that mission. That is what drives me. To make sure you understand, I want to get you to succeed. And in order for me to do that, I have to succeed. I have to show you I am sticking to my core, to what I know can work for you, because I did it myself. Because every time you get to the top of the mountain, if you look over, there's another mountain to climb. It never ends. So you have to know how to scale. And when everybody is using this way, you might have to go that way and go this way. And I looked at my career this afternoon, and I am really satisfied with it, but my career wasn't a straight line. I had stops on the way. I started out working at the Trade Commission in Montreal. I ended up working for the government of Ontario. I left that. I went and I worked under the public library. I left that. I started my own business. I sold it. I went to the college to study fashion. I did that and I sold and I made money until it was boring. Then I took off again. I went to the bank and then I got there and then I said I have to go to school to get better. And I just kept going. So I had to change it. I had to make myself be smarter. I had to make myself better. I had to study. I had to try. I couldn't just sit there and say, well, I'm going to take whatever job they gave me. I had to show them I was better than what they thought others were. So to do that, you have to change the way you think. And along the way, we might change our paradigm. Along the way, we have to change our paradigm. Along the way, we have to raise our energy. And sometimes we stay in a situation too long, hoping it will change. We're in a marriage and it's not working, and we're going to hold on to this, but we are not happy, we are not number one, we are not feeling satisfied, we are not fulfilled. We have to change that. Because at the end of the day, all that really matters is the you inside of you. And if you want to be number one, what it is you plan to do, what can you do to be that number one? What is the one thing you can do for you to be that number one? Somebody said something and I want to read it in. Where are you from? It's Mark. I know you asked my name in a previous video. Yes, I was born on the island of Dominica. So you can look at, I did a whole series last week on Dominica, Mark, and you can check it out. You'll like it. It's really a beautiful place. Everybody is as beautiful as I am. I'm just kidding. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Enjoy the laugh. Yes. So anyway, yeah. So the point of this thing is, if you want to succeed, you have to study what you're doing. Study where you are to where you want to go. Then sit back and look to see what I can do for me to be number one. What can I do for me to win this position? What can I do for me to get where I want to go? And then do it. And don't expect that it's just going to open the door and say, okay, Max, step in. It's not doing that. It's not going, nobody's coming to do that for you. The door is not going to open because you want it to open. You might have to push it. You might have to then break the lock. Because you have to be different. So who is waiting for the door to be open? That person, and many of us are waiting for the door to be open. But if you want it, you have to decide, how am I going to break this door down? Should I take the hinges off? Maybe you have to. Should I pick the lock? Maybe you have to. Some of it is illegal, but the point of it, you have to do something different for you to get to be number one. If you want to be number one at what you're good at, you have to excel at what you're good at. You have to be better than the best. You have to find the best and model the best and then surpass the best. That's what you have to do. I once came number 3 out of a class of 45, and I came home. And my report card came home before me. And my dad said to me, "What happened? Why are you 3? I said, "Well, there are 42 people behind me." He said, "I don't care." He said, "Nobody is better than you. Nobody is smarter than you." And he drilled me for an hour about that, because I made the mistake, those 3 people, to say those 2 people ahead of me were better than me. He said, "Nobody is better than you. You didn't work as hard as you were supposed to work," my father said to me. He said, "You want to be number one always. You cannot be number one and you're not putting in the time. You're not putting the diligence. You're not putting the thing," he said. "You're not giving it what you have." He said, "If I am only number 2, you guys cannot have the lifestyle you have." He said, "I cannot give you what you have now, if I am not the best architect in the world right now." And that's what I believe, he said. So he said, I had to excel. And you have to find what you need to do to bring you number 1. I never came number 2 again or number 3 again. I couldn't. I studied night and day and some more. I studied to the point that when they shut the lights on me, I held him ransom. I said, "Well, you said I need to study. Mom has shut the light. What are we going to do?" He said, "Here's a flashlight and get under the blanket and study." And that's what I had to do. And you're saying Dominica is not cold. Well, on the plantation, it drops to 65 degrees at night. It's cold for me. So, and that is what I had to do to study, because I wanted to be number 1. So that's why I graduated high school at 16. That's why I finished university at 19, because there was no other choice. I had to do it. Because I promised him I would. And I don't know how not to be number 1. So I do things differently. Even now, I do things differently. I wake up at 5. I exercise for 20 minutes. I meditate and I pray and I do all of those things, and I write in journals and I write gratitudes. I take vitamins, and if you open this cupboard, there's vitamins in there. And then I walk down to the lake. I ride a bike. I do things because I want to be healthy. That doesn't mean I'm going to live longer, but I want, for my age, I am the best I can be, and the best. I'm number 1 for my age, and that's what I want to be. So you have to be different. What are you doing different so that you win? Ask yourself the question, and if you have an answer, if there is one thing you can share, I am sharing everything. What about you? What are you going to share with me tonight so that another person can say, "I can do that. If that is going to make me different, I can do that." So share something. Put something in the comments or put something in the question and say to me, "Tessa-Marie, this is what I do, and I do it every day, so I can be different. I inspire you every day." That's my mission. My friends tell me I'm crazy. One of my friends said to me this morning on my way to the walk, she sent me a note, and the best thing she could have said to me on the note is that, "Oh, you don't have many people watching your lives." And I said to her, "I only need 1. And I just need 1. But you know, she's been a good friend. She's been a tough person to cry on. But sometimes the closer they are, the more critical they are. So I have to take the good and cover the bad. Like my mom would say, this is the icing and this is the cake. So put as much icing on a thin layer, so you cannot see the brown cake. So that's what I had to do. So she thought it was okay to send me a note. The first human note I had, that you're not getting many people on your lives. And you know, I don't do that to get people. I do my lives because there is one person that I will always, always inspire today. Because you know why? Before I come to undo my life, I ask my God, Show me who I can inspire today, who I can motivate, who I can encourage, who I can accelerate, who I can give something to go, Who can I make that person say, yes, that's my aha moment? And I never say to God, send me 10 million. I say, just show me who you want me to empower, to enhance, to educate, to encourage, to enlighten, and to inspire, and to accelerate. And he always sends one. So that is what I wanted my friend to know. And it's my dear, dear friend. And I didn't feel bad, because I realized that's what people are going to say. And I really don't care who shows up. As long as one of you come, just one. Debbie comes, Donato comes, Rosie comes, Yoko comes, no, Mark, you come. And all of you, I know Rose comes, and all of you guys come. Or just show up one day. It doesn't matter. So I know you get the information and you share it, and that's what matters. So feed one mind and you feed many. You are so right. Too many, I'll check that later. So what we have to remember, look at Nina. Nina should be in bed. But Nina is here, and Nina is going to take one thing and share it. So what I want to do is to give you something today to let you know if you're different, you're okay. If you're doing something different, so that you're number one, you're okay. I am doing something different. None of my friends are doing it. Not one of my friends are doing it. One said to me, another lady said a note this morning, she saw yesterday's live, and she said, Tessa-Marie, keep doing what you're doing. You're touching people. So there is the yin and there is the yang, right? One said not enough. One said keep what you're doing, you're touching people. And they live miles apart. And they're not friends. They're commonly, I am the one between them, that's different. So do something different. My difference is to come here. My difference is to keep that mission. I will keep it until I cannot breathe anymore. Because I was brought up to believe by a father that we called Pharaoh, because he was so strict. He said, as long as you're breathing, there's an opportunity to learn. So there I am. I am trying to teach you, and I'll give you what I have every day, because I have a mission to make your life better than it is today. If I can take one nail and put it in that board that is weak in your floor, and now you can stand strongly on that board, mission accomplished. So you understand? Make yourself stick out. Do something today so that you get to be different. Do not follow somebody else's stuff. So somebody is doing a live on that, you don't have to do it. Somebody is wearing this outfit, it wasn't made for you. Don't wear it, it wouldn't look good on you. Somebody is eating 10 pounds of cake, cut it out. It's not working for you. You get bloated after a while. So stop it. Somebody does not exercise, but when you do, you feel better. So do that something different so you can stand out. So you can be number one. Dress like me. I don't care. It's bright, it's lavish, it's strange, it's wrapping all around my body. I don't care. I put it on. Because at the end of the day, what matters is what I left behind. There was a time when a woman walked out of a room. Her fragrance lingered. We cannot do that anymore, because everybody's allergic to our fragrances. But now we can leave our mission. We can leave the people that are clinging to us. We can say, I passed through this way once, and when I went through, I left people better than I found them. And when I went through, I picked up something that made me stand out, and this is why I won. And this is why I'm number one. I spend the time, I listen to Tessa-Marie's live, and I listen to her screaming and shouting and dancing all over the place and dressing like a Christmas tree. But there was something she gave me one day, and she told me, I can do it. You are better than the best, and you have what it is in you to win. You have $1 million brain. And if $1 million brain, you can make more than $1 million. It's up to you. The one thing you must remember is learn as much as you can. And don't wait for anybody to come to do it for you. Nobody's coming. Nobody understands your desires. Nobody understands me. I am too much. I am this. I am so much that by the end of the day, I don't know who I am. But nobody understands this person that you are, and nobody can help you. It's still getting submitted to the court. Oh, she's talking about that thing. Okay, we'll talk about that. And you have to work on those things to be number one. You have to work on your definition of who you want. Look to see what is falling apart. What is not working? Why am I following this crowd? I am not normal. I am not elephants. I don't belong in a herd. I am a lion. I can prowl on my own. I don't always need to come home at the same time. I can be different, so I win. I know if I turn right, it's better for me. Everybody's going straight on and turning left, but I prefer right. So I'm going to go right to see what's on the other side of that road. Somehow, some way, that's what I believe will make me number one. And that's what you have to look for every day. Every day you have to take massage that brain of yours. Every day you rub your brain. You massage it with your mind and say, I have to win. You need to help me. What can I do to be different? Because it's only if I'm different, I'll be number one. If I'm part of the herd, I won't stand out. How can I stand out? And it's your job to find out. I can give you tools. I can show you how. I can find out from talking to you what is inside of you that is burning to come out. That I can do. I'm good at enlightening you. I am great at inspiring you. I am marvelous at encouraging you. And I am at my best when I educate you. All of that I can do for you. But you have to turn around and you have to want it. You have to see dissatisfaction in where you are. You have to see your own personal dissatisfaction in where you're going. Not like my friends. She was telling me something. She was more dissatisfied than I. It didn't matter to me. So you cannot depend on somebody else's dissatisfaction for you to do that. You have to be dissatisfied yourself with your numbers, with your quality, with what you're producing. And then you can fix it. It doesn't matter how many people tells you it's not good, it's not okay, you're going to crash, you're not going to succeed. It does not matter. The only person that counts, the only person that matters is that person that tells you inside of you, and you know for sure. Nobody has to tell you you're not doing well. You know that. You don't need me to tell you that. And I won't. I will never be the person to tell you you're not doing okay. I will tell you you woke up this morning, you have another day to pick up the mantle and go again. You have another day to pick up your cutlass like the old people did on the farms and chop the wood again. You have another day to try again. So you will never hear from me give up. Because I don't know how to give up, and I will never ever tell anybody to give up. I will say think about where you are. Think about where you want to go. And then decide how you want to get there. If where you are is not the right road, then you change the paradigm. You raise your energy. And you know what happens? Somebody said that to me today. You have to get those people that are keeping your paradigms down. You have to decide, I can only use you for this time. And my energy and my frequency is too much for you. It's too high. I have to find like-minded people. Once you leave that path that you found yourself on accidentally, because nobody does that purposely. No one goes out of their way to make themselves miserable and not fulfilled. We just find ourselves on those paths. And when we come to the realization that this path is not the path for us, we need to get off the path and find another way to go there. We need to, even if it means we have to roll on our back. Because from the minute you get to this one mountain, roll on your back, flip over and stand up again and say yes. And when you get to the top of that mountain, you're going to know there is another mountain. Satisfactions will make you very unhappy. When you come to the top and you have been number one, you have to keep looking for something more to do. Sitting back on your laurels and saying, I made it, is not enough. It is not an option. There isn't an option. You have to turn around and say, okay, I can see this other mountain over there. And it's taller than the one I'm standing on. How do I get there? Challenge shows up again. How do I swing from there? How do I go from Geneva to France to Italy? And how do I get to Mont Blanc? It's the highest peak there. How do I get there? And that's the question you ask yourself. Every time you attain one goal, you need to try to find the other one. If you sit there Like everything that sits in one place, moss will grow on it. And moss is not pretty. It doesn't even look good. You can't even eat that stuff. So why are you keeping it? So when you find yourself in this spot, this one spot, and you find you're there too long, and if you don't have an itch to get up and go, then something is wrong with you. Then you have to ask yourself a question and say, what is going on? Am I dead? Pinch yourself. Shake yourself and say, come on, there has to be more than this. If I can acquire this, I need to go further. Is there a number one plus? Is there a number one AAA? Of course there's a number one AAA. Michelle, my niece, was in Toronto from the age of 5 every summer. And Michelle did not like to read. I took her downstairs to the library and I said, this is the library. In this house, we read. She cried and I didn't take her on. And then she read for the summer, and she read and she devoured books. When she found books, I couldn't get her to eat. And today she's a medical student. When she went back to New York, her father said to me, what did you do to my daughter? And the teacher couldn't give her A. They gave her 100 plus 10. I don't know what grade that was. But she read, and I told her, every time you read a book, get a more difficult one to read. Every time you learn something, try to learn something that's more difficult. And this girl took me literally. She has never stopped learning. And that is what we have to do. We get complacent because we attain, we got the house, and we feel, oh, we have our house. I don't have a thing to do now. Well, you know what? How are you traveling? The house is paid for. Do you have money to go on a trip around the world for 10 weeks? There is more. There is always more. There are places to see. So raise your vibration and raise your energy. Raise your frequency and move on. If you sit on your laurels of satisfaction that I won, I got to this point and I'm not going anymore, you will get moss. You will rot. You will atrophy. Your joints will hurt. That's why they say a body in motion stays in motion. That's why I move. I don't like the idea of my granddaughter or my grandson has to pull me out of a chair. It does not appeal to me at all. So what do I have to do? I have to try to keep myself going. And that's what we have to do. I am not satisfied with what I'm doing now. This is not enough. That is better than last year. A lot better than last year. It's a lot better than a year ago. But it's not where I want to be. I can do better. And I have to find a way to excel. I have to find a way to want people to say, I want to hear what she has to say because I got something from her the last time. I want somebody to say, my friend said, she has something to teach me and I want to hear her. So how do I do that? And that's the question I ask myself every day. That's the question I write about in my morning pages. That's what I write in my dumping of my brain at night. What did I do today to help me to reach that goal of touching people all over the world? What, Tessa? What did you do? And if I cannot answer that, I keep saying, I am not number one. I am not there yet. I am not different enough. I'm not touching, I'm not going enough. I'm not far enough. I'm not doing it well enough. Like my father would say, why are there people better than you, ahead of you? And they are they got the same instructions you got. What's your problem? So that's the question I ask in the morning when I write 3 pages of just plain writing, dumping my brain. What can I do to make you want to hear me? To make you want to take what you hear from me and use it. What can I do to inspire you to live a better life? What can I do to inspire you to be the person you want to be? If you need 1 nail in your floorboard, I should have it to give it to you. Because I came here to serve. I have a mission. And my mission is to inspire you, to enlighten you, to educate you, and then to encourage you. So if I have a nail, I need to give it to you, and you need to be able to put it in that floorboard so you and your family can walk on it without sinking to the ground. So what can I do? And I'm asking myself that question every day, and this is what you have to do. Ask yourself the question, am I satisfied with who I am? Is that what my grand plan was? Is that why I came from heaven to this earth? Is that enough? If the answer is no, what can I do about it? What can you do about it? And we have to keep trying. And when we get advice from somebody said, you do that, man, you do it. Somebody is willing to take the chance and say, Tessa-Marie, why don't you do this? Somebody dared me this morning to do a live at the lake because I live just around the street from the lake, and to go there and to do a live, and I did it. It wasn't the best, but I had never done a walking live before. So I felt energized, and I said, yes, I did it. And I will do it again and again and again. And if that is the next step to getting better, then that's the next step until I find another step. So that is the mountains, guy. I just climbed a new mountain this morning. I went down to the lake because I go down to the lake every March for twice a day. And I do a hill called Trucker's Hill, up and down backwards, walking backwards, to strengthen my back and my muscles of my back because we don't use them. And that person said to me, take your phone and go live and talk about what nobody knows about that part of your life. And I did it, and it was long, 20 minutes. But then after that, I felt invigorated and I was pleased with it. I looked at it. It wasn't the best live ever, but I posted it anyway because I did it for that reason. And people saw it, and it does not matter. So tomorrow morning at 10 when I go, I said, whoever wants to come and join me on the live, let's go. I mightn't do it that way. I'll go further. I'll maybe go in the water because it's still cold, but I usually step in there. So the point is, that is what I'm doing so I can be better. So the question I am asking you tonight is, what are you going to be doing from tonight, from tomorrow morning, so you could be number one? Are you going to sit and watch TV, and while you're watching TV, eat crackers and cookies and cheese and something that you know is not good for you? And then you go to bed and your stomach is all funny? Is that making you number one? So it's not only what you do about work. You cannot be number one in a body that is number 5. It's not going to get there. You cannot be number one with a brain that is not alert because you didn't have sufficient sleep. You cannot be number one if you don't know what it is you want to be number one at. You have to sort it out. You have to find out what you want to be and who you want to be. And when you get there, it's not going to be enough. And don't let anybody tell you to be satisfied. You shouldn't expect to get more. Don't let any human being say that to you. I'm laughing because people ask me, what more do you want, Tessa-Marie? And I said, what I want is for me to know and for you to find out. That's my answer. Because I don't talk about what I want to people who don't want me to have what I want. And you know them. So don't leave the critics any food to throw in your face. Because when we try, we might fail. And you don't want the critics to come to you and say to you, you know, Tessa-Marie, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do that. I said, and I have a plaster for every sore. So I just say, yeah, but at least I did it. Did you? So this is what you have to realize. So to avoid that, you know, you just don't tell them. Are you doing something? No, I'm not. You cover it. You see them coming, you throw yourself on it. What are you doing, Tessa? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just resting. Don't let them see what you're creating. They will be easy and very happy. And they think they have a right to say to you, Tessa-Marie, you are shooting too high. You should stay on earth with us simple people, with us timid and shy people, and fearful people. When you realize I was shy, I was fearful, and I was timid. And I decided I didn't like that person. And I changed. So this is what I'm offering you. You can only be number one if you choose to be different than the herd. So you can rule the herd. You can be the king of the herd. Like the lion is the king of the jungle. That's what they say. People fear him or fear them. Why? Because he has a reputation as the king of the jungle. Who are you? Who are you? You have to ask yourself that question and don't expect somebody to give you the answer. You might not like it. And for that is why you greet yourself in the morning and you go, hello, here you are. So, good evening, and here you are. So this is it for tonight. I hope you got something. I'm going to see who is here. And if I send a note and I forgot to send you a thank you note, forgive me. So let's see all my friends who came to visit. Oh my goodness, there's tons of you. What a wonderful evening I had. Hi Rose, I didn't even wave to you. I'm so sorry. Hi Debbie, thanks for coming. Ali, of course, Ali, you need to go to bed. It's late in Iran. And Shafiq, hello. And Belinda, how are you doing? Donato, how are you? And Kit. And who else? Who else is there? I saw it. Mark was there. The goat. Thanks, Rose. I love that nickname. I love it. Yoko. Donato, salam for. And hi, Yoko. Hi, Nina. We shall talk again, Nina. And everybody, champion. Oh, you're so full of yourself. Nina, I'll talk to you. Right. I hope you enjoyed it. The inspiration, Mark. So I know your name now. And yes, I'm from Dominica, the land of the Emerald Isle of the Caribbean. Everybody's beautiful. Don't forget that. Always making us think and being inspired. Thank you. And many blessings to you. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Inspiration. That was really nice. Dominica. Trinidad originally. We're a Caribbean family. Oh, you're from Trinidad. Okay. Interesting. We have the Caribana tonight, right? That's right. No more Caribana. Break the door down. I will, Donato. I'm not breaking any legs. We talked about that. Inspiration. We're having a party right now with Tessa-Marie Soul Food Party. When things are legal, we'll have to have a wine night. Hi, Rosie. Thanks for coming. Consistency and persistency. Bring Monroe. Bring Kylie. Let us say hello. So here we go. Everybody's a yoga. Who does yoga? Yoko is doing yoga. Good for you, Yoko. I know you do that. Feed one mind, you feed a nation. Isn't that a many? That's so nice. That is so lovely. These sayings you guys have are beautiful. Thank you. Nina, you love my positive energy. I love helping you and chatting with you. You're so willing to take it on the cheek and continue helping others. Great job, girl. One day the door will fling open, Nina. Just keep pushing. I'm sure it's going to fling open for you. Who's this person? Under the Rainbow joined. Okay, I don't know who you are. Let me see your name if you're still around. It's still getting submitted. Okay, so you will talk tonight. I was so grateful for help. Your help will come, girl. Don't worry. Doing a cutlass. You didn't know about a cutlass too, eh? What does a cutlass mean? A cutlass is a knife that they use in the field. It's very sharp on one side. It looks like a sickle. It's curved, and they use it on the plantation to cut the grass, like the soft grass. Like Mark said, it's a good tool for sharp blades. Yeah, some West Indian people bring it to Canada. I have no idea what they're cutting me with. So Mark must have one. Coconuts, that's what you open with them. That's true. That's really true. Okay, Nina. So Rose. So thanks, guys, look at all these wonderful things you're saying. I am a blessing. I would like to talk to you more about this topic. Anytime, DM me and maybe we can do a live together. And I'd love to hear your thinking on that. I'm going to finish this midterm. You better finish this midterm. We have a coaching session coming, Rose. The goat is in the house. Work in silence. Let the results speak. It is. Yeah, the results make the noise. The goat is... Hi, Rose. Hi, Rosie. You are smoking hot tonight. Thanks, Rosie. I just love these things. Rosie, you always say that. Somebody told me my boots were smoking hot. Now it's me. Amazing. Did you like the boots? Everybody loves those boots. They love the boots. They don't love me as much as they love the boot. Nina is a great person. Have a good night friend. Nina is a wonderful person. Hi, Ali. Tessa, you're tasteful and beautiful. Thanks, Ali. I love the compliment, Ali. We're going to teach you some other words. You remind me of my brother-in-law. I came out one day wearing perfume and he said to me, you smell good. And my husband had to correct him, and then he realized you cannot tell him what he should say. It's your wife he's talking about. So guys, thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for coming. It was a fabulous night. I am so happy everybody was here. I'm going to make sure I let you know how much I appreciate you. All of you. The two Roses, and Mark and Yoko and Ali and Donato and everybody else. Thank you, Nina. Thanks for coming. Talk to you guys tomorrow night and see some of you in the morning for the morning blessing. I have a really nice blessing coming up. So talk to you all and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.